What is going on, YouTube? So, back with my, I believe this is 10th game of the NCAA Football '06 Race for the Heisman. So, I'll go into the computer right quick and show you guys basically where I'm at with everything. So, you see the awards finalists, first for the Max one, I believe, also first for Best QB. Don't show that, but yeah. And we also have the clear-cut lead in the bowl rankings, because I believe Texas Tech did actually lose after this week, so they were the number 2 team, not in the bowl rankings, but in the coaches poll or the media poll. As you guys can see there, they lost to OU, so that put Pittsburgh in the outright number 2 spot, and I guess that'd be weird to see a national championship with Tennessee and Pitt, but as of right now, that's how it's going to be. And like I said, I'm first in the Heisman watch still, so this week we have a rivalry game against Vanderbilt, and actually this is the second week where we play a big player from the '06 draft, and this week it is Jay Cutler. So if you guys watched Vanderbilt football back in the day, which I'm guessing most of you did not, then Jay Cutler was the quarterback for Vanderbilt. And really, that was all they. I mean, not even Jay Cutler really had a good game this game, I don't think. Like, he, I mean, I guess he played alright. It's just not much of a supporting cast around him. The rest of the Vanderbilt team, I don't think, was very good. So, as you guys can see here, solid opening drive so far. I've kind of just learned to accept that I'm an option quarterback, and you know, when the situation calls for it, then I'll pass heavy, but. Just accept that I'm an option quarterback, play the Keenan Reynolds style, and just, you know, be fine with going 0 for 1 passing, but getting 7 rushing touchdowns in a game. As you guys can see here, passing is actually going pretty well on the first drive. Just a little bit of foreshadowing, it does not go well for the rest of the game, I believe. After the first 2 completions, I only had 1 or 2 for the rest of the game, and one of them was for a very, very long touchdown. So, obviously, the rest of the game, I was a very rush-heavy quarterback. Actually, there's the second completion. So, might have been. I think I was only like 3 for 9 throwing this game. So, like I said, the rushing was a lot better this game. So, one thing I also said last game against Memphis that I was going to try to do was include a little bit more possession timeout. So that just means maybe take a little bit more time selecting my plays. Especially when I run the ball and get completed passes, you know, make sure I keep that momentum going and maybe wind the clock down a little bit more. But as you guys can see, we get the first rushing touchdown, first touchdown of the game, giving us the 7-0 lead after a pretty lengthy opening drive, honestly. So I believe this was after an interception. Let me get a look at the scoreboard when it comes up. But I know I got a pick 6 at one point, and then I don't think it was a punt. I think they got a field goal. I haven't been able to catch the scoreboard yet, so when it comes up, I'm guessing you guys can see it right now. So this sounds stupid. Okay, 14-0. It was cutting through the clips so fast I couldn't get a good look at the scoreboard, but good jump there. The guy was honestly pretty wide open, but that was a really, really good vertical move. So still looking for, I wouldn't say to seal the game, just because, well, as you guys can see there was an interception. This was a pick 6. Looking on that drive was to kind of seal the game, but actually do the opposite, kind of bring Vanderbilt right back into it. So it does make it 14-7, and we looked deep once. And then, I don't know why I was so Hail Mary happy on this drive, but sometimes I guess if I get impatient, I do it. It's something that I'm trying to limit a little bit more. But as you guys can see here, I have the open lane, but get decked. So, in the span of 3 plays, we have 2 turnovers. One was just my bad on an interception. That one, I don't know, should probably just hung on to the ball. Not really a drop ball there, just kind of went right through his hands. So, like I said, the passing went downhill very, very fast. This game also got close very fast, so it is 14-10 right now. And on a tough 3rd and 16, it looks, and I try to look deep again, and actually that one was caught for a touchdown. So it was looking like Vanderbilt was going to be able to find their way back in, but able to come up with the touchdown pass there, and I believe that was my last completion of the game. So with about a minute 15 to go, we're looking to get a sizable lead before halftime. Kind of a comfortable enough lead since Vanderbilt did get the ball back. That would, if I could have broken that tackle, that probably would have been a touchdown, but spun a little bit too late. So like I said, getting a touchdown or a field goal on this drive would put it at a 2-touchdown game, or maybe even more. So that'd be big, and definitely got the time to do it. But mostly rushing on this drive. Like I said, that's a lot of what this game is going to be. And then just there, I don't know. Sometimes it seems like sometimes I just freeze up. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens when we start playing a little bit of the faster teams. I think this is where I punted. Yeah, okay, so we did not convert there. So I ended up punting it and then getting the ball back after halftime. So big play here. End up giving the guy a stiff arm after the nice spin move, and then going all the way about 70 or 80 yards for the touchdown. Yeah, 80 yards. So big play there, and giving us the 28-10 lead. And this is kind of where it just all blew wide open from here. So like I said, in the third quarter we did defer, we did get the ball in the first half. So that meant that Vanderbilt got the ball in the second half. And honestly, you guys saw those stats there. It was a pretty easy day for Gerald Riggs. Not a whole lot for him on the ground, just because really whenever I ran the option, if the pitch was open, then it seemed like it was just easier for me. And if it's going to even seem somewhat easier for me, then I'm going to keep it. But as you guys can see there, Gerald Riggs does get the touchdown. So he did have one touchdown on the day, and I want to say around 60 to 80 yards, something like that. So yeah, a decent day for Gerald Riggs nonetheless. If you stopped the season at this game, though, he would have had a good season. So, looking to, I believe this would be 42 points. Looking to put up 42 points after this drive, and really just start pulling away. As you can see, able to get outside here, spin away for the touchdown. I believe the fourth or fifth total touchdown on. I believe that was my fourth total touchdown on the day. Can't really remember. I think I had 6 on the day, so it's either my fourth or fifth. So able to roll out here, and just seemed like a lot of times when I lined up in the shotgun pass that there was just so much room to run that they didn't have any spies at all. A lot of times when you play a game against a better team, they'll start making the adjustment. As you can see, that is almost picked right there. Just kind of ended up throwing it away, but not looking in the best spot. Probably the most useless impact play for the stiff arm there is kind of stiff arm myself right out of bounds. But you have 357 and 4 total touchdowns so far on the day, so decent day. Even though it was only 3 completions, about 33 yards per pass, maybe 34. So that was good. But looking with about a minute 34 left to go, we got the 49-10 lead. So at this point, it's just padding the stats, running out the clock, kind of the normal stuff each week. Also trying to get Gerald Riggs a little bit more stats. I like it when my entire team is able to put stats up on the board. So good spin move there, able to get away, and then key block on the outside, and then just able to really run away from everyone after the spin move there for the touchdown, for a 37-yard touchdown, giving me 6 total touchdowns on the day. And yeah, so at this point, obviously not looking to score. I might have been for a little bit, but end up fumbling at one point. I don't think it was this play. I think it was the next one, and that one just kind of sealed the game. I think I took a timeout just to maybe get one more good play in, and ended up fumbling, and that would yep, right there. So they do recover the fumble, but it's with 0 seconds to go, so no harm, no foul. But yeah, that brings it to a final score, 56-10. So it looked like for a little bit it might actually be a close game, kind of like the way the Memphis game looked at one point last week. But end up pulling away again for it. 56 seems to be a pretty popular total for points this year. But like I said, able to get 56 points, 6 total touchdowns, so a good week. Next week we do play Kentucky, and the last rivalry game and final regular season game. I think at this point before the SEC championship, because I do believe we have locked it up now. So yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it. So 2 weeks from now, championship starts, and then if I am still in the Heisman watch by then, which I should be, then Heisman presentation, and then national championship if we make it there as well. So that's pretty much it. So yeah.